Hello, Namaste, and welcome to my channel, Spiritual Gina, where I encourage you to pursue your soul. My name is Gina. This channel is all things tarot and spirituality. Today I have for you guys the Mother Wound, pick a card. So this pick a card does have a complimentary video entitled The Mother Wound and the Root Chakra. So if you're interested in checking that out before you watch this video, you can do that. It discusses the mother wound in more detail, but basically, and also other things around the mother wound as well. So I have two piles to pick from today. I want to go ahead and just get started. Pile one, we have the Spirit Quartz, and this is the Shadowscapes Tarot. And then we have pile two, the Fountain Tarot, with the Clear Quartz Crystal. So again, please pick your pile. This would be about the mother wound and integrating it. I like to use that language versus healing because we want to integrate these experiences. So please pick your pile and I will see you at your reading. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile ones. This would be for if you chose the beautiful Spirit Quartz. This will be your reading. And sorry if my S's sound harsh. I do have Invisalign. So again, I do have a complimentary video entitled The Mother Wound and the Root Chakra that goes just a bit deeper beyond the surface around what the mother wound means. For me, I believe the mother wound shows up as being disconnected from the primordial mother, the primordial nurturing energy, first when we come into this body, and then experiencing that again via our mother, our incarnated mother for this lifetime, not being connected to the primordial mother's energy. All right, so basically the mother wound is going to be a disconnect, a generational disconnect from the primordial mother. All right, so we have the bottom of the deck here being the Six of Cups. So this is your overall energy. So this is, again, definitely will be something that can bring a lot of healing to you. And this experience as well can bring a lot of healing to you. All right, so the core aspect of your mother wound. So we have here bully with foolish, forceful. All right, so your mother wound is coming in as someone who was often talked down to, often reprimanded with very, very harsh language. And I'm seeing here someone that does not trust themselves, someone that is basically disconnected from who they are because of verbal language. And if this was not something that was overtly said or done, then this could also be covert language as well. But I'm seeing here definitely a misalignment of power with this bully energy. So the mothering figure in this situation being the one that, you know, is abusive. Obviously this is the mother wound, but I'm just really seeing, I'm seeing just the imbalance of power and how painful that was and how that led to a lot of contracted energy, particularly in the heart chakra. And also this could be linked to an inability to take criticism or an inability to take correction. And I believe that the language that was used, again, or the actions that were done were very forceful, and often maybe having things done related to the mothering wound, related to your mother against your will, because, you know, often with this forceful and bully card, we know that bullies are bullying means misuse or misalignment of power, one person being more stronger than the other, and instead of that person taking the nurturing role, taking the guiding role, they invert and it becomes the opposite, right? And with the forceful card, I just really feel, again, like doing things, like having to do things that were against your will, not having a lot of willpower, also possibly having a contracted solar plexus, having lack of confidence. I'm really seeing the mother wound here just kind of tanking the chakra system, but particularly the solar plexus chakra. And because of all that force, you now use the same amount of force, or whether this be again covert or overtly, using that same force of energy in your everyday life. Okay. So yeah, this is the core aspect of your mother wound, and this is specifically what you needed when you were younger. So the what you needed when you were younger card is going to be this 10 of Wands energy. I feel that you needed someone that was very strong, that had a lot of willpower, because I feel that you needed someone that helped you direct your willpower by them setting the example to direct their willpower. I hope that makes sense. And I hope this video has been making sense. But yes, I'm seeing here this 10 of Wands being an energy of nurturing, but I'm seeing here this 10 of Wands being the energy of nurturing, and also like a certain harshness, but like a necessary harshness in the nurturing. So I do feel that you could have needed a lot of guidance in your life, but I also feel that there was too much force applied, and it's just like this person, your mother seems, or the mothering energy here in your life is coming up as something that has been almost overly course corrected. So now we're going to see how the mother wound impacts your relationships and your finances. All right, so in relationships, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So again, there's this theme here of being very strong. There's this theme here of having a certain backbone, a certain energy that is almost like a prideful thing here. So I'm seeing these queens as very, very beautiful, but I'm also seeing them as being kind of prideful, you know, kind of boastful. Not, maybe again, not in this overt way, but maybe internally you feel this need to always be strong. Internally you feel this need to always be prideful, to be just a very strong person. But I feel that it's like warping, it's like where you can't allow others to help you, or lack of being vulnerable here. So yeah, this, I like the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands here. But yeah, I feel they represent a lack of femininity here, in my opinion, meaning a lack of openness, a lack of flow, always needing things to be structured, planned, etc. I'm seeing here these queens as being formed, but also somewhat rigid as well. And how does this mother wound show up in your financial life? We have the Three of Wands and the Five of Swords. So I feel that in your finances, the mother wound shows up as you never being sure or stable in a career. Your career's maybe feeling ungrounded for you in general, but when it comes to finances, feeling ungrounded in finances, always maybe being in lack mentality as well. And simply being at odds with what your passions are at times too. I think that you could have a path towards your passions, but you could have, or you know that what you're doing possibly isn't what you're meant to be doing, but you could have a negative attitude, or just an attitude of not being aware of the different perspectives and options that are available to you. All right. And I feel that this definitely relates to the core aspect of your mothering wound, because this foolish energy is like you don't trust yourself, basically. And I also feel that with this bullying energy, because they also said that you weren't able to make important choices, or you felt that your choices were stupid or not valid. And so I feel that you can overcompensate in relationships, but also, again, come off as being very strong, very independent, and that being a good thing. But again, especially if you are a feminine watching this, then that means that you have the aura or energy of like not needing people, and relationships are where two people are interdependent, and you could have issues with being interdependent on other people. But again, yeah, I feel that you were told that your choices were stupid or not valid. And so in means of your career, you could not trust your passion. You can kind of just meander about and be like a leaf in the wind versus taking, affirmative action, which is interesting because I feel that this forcefulness shaped you, but I also feel that this forcefulness almost like created a concave energy within your soul, or like this sense of like there being space taken up that isn't your energy, but it's existing within you in general. I hope that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to ask, how can you nurture yourself now? Wow, see? Success assured with good plans and hard work. And so I feel that because we do have this 10 of Wands here, and that is the card, that is what you needed in childhood. You needed to be shown that your energy can be directed. You need to be shown that your choices and thus your energy can be positively directed, and that you can achieve and have solid understanding and plans around things. I just feel like this card here is talking about how you're capable and how you may feel that the mothering wound has left you feeling incapable or sort of unworthy maybe, but I feel mostly incapable and hopeless, I would say. We have Seahorse, Family Matters. I love that. So I feel that you could, if you feel open to, maybe like bridge the gap between, you and your mother, you and your family in general. And if not your incarnated mother, then of course the primordial mother. But I feel that for a lot of you guys, this will be a physical mother. And I also feel that because the Seahorse is very active sexually, you could also come from like multiple father home, multiple like just an unstable home where there isn't a nuclear family, meaning a father, a mother, children, or those energies present. All right, and we have Broom, new home, new attitude. I feel that this is what you could bring to your relationships, and what you can bring to your own family is a new idea and a new sense of home, and just this more beautiful expansive energy. Because I feel honestly that this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, even though it is how it impacts relationships, I also feel that for you guys, this energy will be your strength as well, meaning you can find strength, you can find resolute virtue, you can find those energies in the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles and apply that to your new home, your new attitude. Apply that to family matters and understand that success is yours, especially when you persevere, especially when you make good plans, especially when you apply yourself, when you apply your energy, because I feel that you have a lot of innate energy. You may be a generator in human design, or just have fire presence, important places in your chart. And the Three of Wands, I also feel this is experimentation as well, meaning like finding that path that feels good, of course, but like being open to where that path leads you. All right. And so advice as to how to integrate the mother wound, we have truth. So I was actually picking up on your throat chakra as well, but it's very typical for us to say speak our truth. And sometimes we don't even know what that means, especially if we talk all the time. But I feel here speaking your truth is really about aligning to your soul's truth, aligning to the part of yourself where you don't have to wear a mask, where you don't have to be perfect, where you don't have to be forceful, where you don't have to make, you know, hard decisions. This truth energy here feels like a coming together of sorts. And also just I feel radically not wearing or having a filter around you. All right. And so again, bottom of the deck here, we want to review. We have the Six of Cups here. Okay. And so I feel that this is the primordial mother here, inviting you again to, oh, we had the King of Pentacles. Definitely divine partnerships in the cards for you. This is your divine mother. I feel inviting you in for personal emotional healing and the choice to honor your emotions, to honor your healing journey, to just, you know, just to feel whole, you know, in spite of everything. I feel the Six of Cups is very gentle, but also very forceful here. And again, we have the divine partnership, so it could be related to that as well. You could find that it shows up in your relationships with others, attracting karmics, etc., etc. I think karmics are good because it teaches us what we need to learn before we meet important people in our lives. But that will be all here for the Mother Wound. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, liking, and subscribing to the channel. Again, there is a companion video entitled The Mother Wound and the Root Chakra. You can watch that if you feel called to. Thank you so much. Namaste. Hello, namaste, and welcome. Hello, namaste, and welcome to Reading Part 2's. This will be for if you chose the beautiful clear quartz. This is one of my favorite pieces. This will be your reading. So again, we are going over the Mother Wound, and I do have a companion video entitled The Mother and the Root Chakra. You can watch that video if you're interested in learning more about the Mother Wound. But basically, I describe the Mother Wound as generational disconnection from the primordial mother and nurturing, and thus nurturing, meaning your mother was disconnected from her mother and so on, and thus perpetuating a cycle of the Mother Wound being disconnected from the primordial mother, which is nothing but love, love, nurturing, peaceful, affectionate, etc. So I'm going to get into your cards now. So we have going to look at the core aspect of the Mother Wound and what you needed when you were younger. So we have Thief here. I did see this card as it came out, so I was like, how interesting. Thief sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or others' powers. Think of what you lack. We have excuses, repelled, and the Six of Wands. So I'm going to start with what you needed when you were younger. You needed someone that really knew how to light you up, basically. I feel that your parents could have been cold because we do have the repelled card. And the Six of Wands is a very, you know, big energy, very open energy, very much encouraging, full of desire, full of expectation, full of hope. And so I feel that your parents basically came from a lack mentality. They made excuses as to why things didn't happen the way they wanted to in their life. So your mother could have made excuses, or not made excuses as much as life happening to her. But then, you know, the excuses are like, I just feel that there were a lot of maybe even empty promises here. So I'm just feeling, with especially with the Six of Wands here, like lack of verbal encouragement. And I feel that this must be a pattern because Pile 1 also got that, but we have to understand, especially people who use affirmations, essentially you kind of are reparenting your inner child, and verbal encouragement is very, very important. So I feel that you felt inherently disconnected from your mother. And maybe a lot of excuses were made, you know, a lot of false promises, false hope, And for some of you guys, this could even extend to the father area as well. Your mother stole your hope. Your mother stole your dreams, your energy, you know. She stole your carefree energy here. And this is not playing a blame game, but this is just what I'm seeing in the cards. Very, very much a broken person, whomever. I feel my pal choose have a little bit more of a harsh childhood, basically, or mothering wound. Because I see here a woman that, you know, perhaps wants to show up, you know, but definitely not having the capacity to, and doing the opposite many times. We have the Fool here with the 8 of Wands. We have the 10 of Wands here. Your mom could have put other things before you, made it seem that other things were important, even if it wasn't verbalized expressively. And I just feel that the mother here is showing up as someone that, again, has a very lack mentality. You know, definitely has positives as well, but this is the mother wound. So, how does it impact relationships? We have the 5 of Cups. It came not in reverse, so I'm not sure why. We have the 2 of Pentacles. So in relationships, you don't feel chosen, you don't feel seen, you don't feel heard, you don't feel supported, you don't feel desired even a lot of the time. I feel that you leave relationships empty. And again, going back to this lack mentality, this powers you think you lack, and excuses, you know, making excuses for why people show up the way they show up for you, you know, taking less than what you deserve. Just being stuck in this cycle of not being chosen and not knowing what to choose, and also coming from glass half empty. I don't know. I also feel that you often don't feel respected in your relationships. There could often be multiple parties involved, or just basically having, you know, surface level, superficial connections. And when it does go deeper, there's a lot of pain involved with this 5 of Cups here. I'm really seeing this being a doozy on your love life, honestly, this mothering wound. Kind of more so than pile 1. And I also feel that you could feel that you miss opportunities as well. And how to show up financially, we have the 6 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. I was saying you often miss opportunities. I feel that in finances, this honestly may have helped you. But it is going to be more about the wound itself. But I feel that in finances, you may have aligned to a healing profession, or a profession where you work with children, where you help others in general. I feel that the wound here actually has propelled you forward, you know, in career. But I also feel that you could have, again, superficial connections. Maybe even have to travel more than you like, or wanting to travel but unable to. Something about traveling here. Getting messages, traveling, etc. I also feel that this kind of ties back into relationships, but you could be more emotionally, you could be emotionally open with people who aren't necessarily prepared for that or available for that. So I feel that more so it shows up negatively in your relationships, but I am seeing here there being maybe some blockages also in finances as well. All right, so how to nurture yourself now. We have Axe, forces working against you. So learn to identify forces working against you and learn to, I guess, integrate. I feel the 6 of Wands coming in as what you needed when you were younger. The 6 of Wands is very formidable energy. It's a very strong energy. and it can propel you forward. So forces working against you with the Six of Wands here, I feel that that means you'll work twice as hard, basically. And so I feel that you have a lot of innate energy. We have here family sorrow, okay, weeping willow. I feel that with that card, how can you nurture yourself now? By letting go of this grief that you feel, by giving it back to Gaia, giving it back to, Mother Earth, and finding a resolve and a resolute in that aspect. And then we have Fair Woman. Dealings are a relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. This could be an external figure coming in to help reparent you, to reparent your energy. Could be an older woman, someone that is more matriarchal, that is connected to the primordial mothering energy. She's a natural nurturer. So I feel that with you guys, how can you nurture yourself now? Definitely start by, releasing, but I feel that most of your transformation will come by working with someone outside of yourself or working with another individual. I'm seeing healing happening via that route. All right, and then we have here advice to integrate your mother wound. Wow, you have compassion. So having compassion for yourself, for others, even your mother herself, for people are only as wise as they are, just having compassion, and really opening your heart. And I feel, again, this mothering energy that seems to want to come in here will be a beautiful bridge for you to integrate these energies. So I feel that for my pile too, so for you guys, that this will mainly be an external energy that will help you overcome this mother wound, and particularly by someone that carries the primordial mother impulse. And I feel here with this compassion card that this definitely begins with you, extending it to your mother, extending it to individuals in your life that perpetuated this wound for you. Because I feel that, and I feel that this compassion can help neutralize forces that are working against you, especially when it comes to career. And if you aren't satisfied in your career, if you don't know what you want to do, I feel that something about healing could be what you align with. That could be as esoteric as the healing art, so like working with chakras, facilitating intuitive change, intuitive development, or we can swing, you can work with babies, you can be a nanny. There's something about you becoming, or you stepping into the nurturing role when it comes to financial matters. And this could even entail travel as well. And I also feel that there will be an external primordial energy, a primordial mother source that will assist you on this journey. All right, so I want to thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to this video, this channel, excuse me. And again, do know that this video does have a companion video with it, and it is entitled The Mother Wound and the Root Chakra. I think you will find a lot more information there. So if that resonates with you, you can go ahead and watch that. Thank you so much. Namaste.